All right, warning. Warning. This is the first time I'm going to say some controversial things on this channel. We've been doing this a little over a month. The response from Charger Nation, whether you're in LA, San Diego, or somebody else in the country, somewhere else around the country, has been fantastic. Hey, if you have yet to do so, please subscribe to the channel. We want this to be our fastest channel to 5,000 subs. We have a couple of other channels. It all started with Sports Talk Detroit. Yes, we are Lions fans, and then it went to Sports Talk Extra, and then when we saw that Harbaugh, all right, you see him right there, signed Harbaugh picture. We love Michigan. We love Jim Harbaugh, and we can't wait to see what he does with the Chargers. So as soon as he did that, we're like, we need to follow him to the West Coast. So anyways, if you haven't done so, please subscribe. But let's talk a little bit about Keenan Allen. Let's talk about how you lost him. Let's talk about what you got in return. But more than that, I want to talk about two other things. I want to talk about what he said. And I want to talk about what's next. So you lose someone that this team, this fan base has loved. I mean, loved, right? Since 2013 when he began his career with the Chargers. And then now he's just gone. So let's talk about what that looks like. And this is a really good article on CBS because, and this is where it's going to get a little controversial, Keenan Allen wanted to finish his career with the Chargers, but he refused to restructure the contract. Keenan Allen was due somewhere around 30 to 34 million this year, 34, 35, somewhere like that. He was due a ton of money. A ton of money. So what they ended up doing with him is they traded him to the Bears for a 4th-round pick. All right. He said that he envisioned playing out the rest of his days with LA, but he's embracing the new challenge or the new opportunity. Here's what he said first. I'm definitely excited about the new opportunity. All right. Being with a new organization. This organization has a lot of tradition. Obviously wanted to finish my career with the Chargers, but things happen and you got to keep going. That's fine. That totally makes sense. You see his numbers from this year. Okay. They were good. But here's where things get weird. Because you can say things like, I want to finish my career. You can say things as a fan getting upset with the new regime saying like, that's Keenan Allen. You can't let him go. You can't let this guy go, right? Like he is one of the heartbeats of this team. He's one of the heartbeats of this offense. He just had his best year in the NFL. All right. All of that's true. All of it is true. However, he was due $34 million. And if you're due $34 million, you better be Tyreek Hill out there. That's a lot of money. You have to be a top 3 wide receiver in this league. And he had his best year, but I wouldn't argue that he's not that. And then he went and said this when talked about going down the restructuring route. He said there really was no emotion. It was, I'm not doing that. The team requested to restructure. He said, I'm not doing that. Came off my best season. It's not happening. That's it. So, in my opinion, which is worth what? Nothing. You can't sit here and say, right? You can't sit here and say, I want to finish my career with that team. Also, no, I'm not restructuring. And he's not wrong. It was his best season, which was shocking to me. So he put down 108 catches for 1,243 yards and 7 touchdowns. That 7 touchdowns is the second best of his career. That 1,243 yards is the best of his career. All right. Second best of his year, 2017. He had almost 1,400 yards receiving. He's been consistent. He has. But he's on the wrong side of 30. All right. And at wide receiver in the NFL, it can just happen like that. And to have $34 million to have it happen like that is not going to be good for your team. So before I get into what's next, let me know what you think about this. Are you ride or die Keenan Allen all the way? You're still going to watch him play him for the Bears and hope he has the best in the end of his career? Or are you on the side of like, dude, you can't say you want to finish your career here, but then not restructure. It's $34 million. Like, restructure for a couple of years, and maybe the team gave him a bad offer. I don't know. What side of the fence are you on? And it's okay either way. I want to know what your thoughts are as Chargers fans, because to me, it's one of those things where it's like, come on, $34 million is a lot of money. It's a lot of money. It really, really is. I understand wanting to play out your contract and get all of your money, and he will. So good for him. I'm very happy for him. So now the question becomes, what's next? I have a couple of possible thought processes on this. I think it makes what your draft is much significantly easier. I think you go for one of two positions. There is a world where Marvin Harrison Jr. drops to you. That'd be nuts. If not, you're looking at Malik Neighbors or Rome Odunze. Like, great. So you lose Keenan Allen, you lose Mike Williams, and then you pick up what could be one of the best receivers in the NFL year one or year two. That would be awesome, right? Like, that would be fantastic. I think the other route that you can go down is tackle. And if I know Harbaugh, he's going to build in the trenches. He's going to absolutely build in the trenches. The difference is I'm not sure the improvement from Pipkins to Joe Alt is as good as whoever you would be having right now to Malik Neighbors, Marvin Harrison Jr., Rome Odunze. Okay, so that's option one, is you stay at number 5, and there you go. I have a different one for you. The Minnesota Vikings just made a trade with the Houston Texans. The Minnesota Vikings just got the 23rd pick from the Houston Texans. So they currently sit with the 11th pick and the 23rd pick. If there's still a quarterback sitting there, if there's still Jaden Daniels, okay, what if he's still sitting there? What if Drake May's still sitting there at number 5? What if J.J. McCarthy, people are like, that's my guy, right? Because he's been almost polarizing. If you're the Chargers, do you go from 5 and then say, all right, we'll take your 11 and 23? I'd do it. I'd absolutely do it. Why not? All right. And then with the 11th pick, you can still possibly get Olu Fashanu. You could get Talisi Fuaga at tackle. And then with the 23rd pick, you could go out and you could get a great receiver like Brian Thomas Jr., who I think might be as good or better than Malik Neighbors. So it is going to be very interesting to see what the Chargers do here. Can they find a way to make their 5th pick 2 firsts or a first and 2 seconds or something like that? Because they have to fill in many areas. They really do. And now they can go, and there's going to be free agents that are available now. There are free agents that will be available in a month. There'll be free agents. Like, having money on the salary cap is always good because you never know when a free agent's going to come available to you. You just don't. And there's a lot of talent on this team, but also a lot of holes to fill. So picks and money are what you need. And so losing Keenan Allen hurts. It absolutely hurts. And I understand that. But he's a guy who had 2, 3 tops more years. I would say 1 or 2 likely good years and then a fall off year. The oldest receiver in the league this year was 34. And that didn't go well. They're at the end of the time. Wide receiver, it's very hard for wide receivers to be very good after 32. It just is. So that's the truth. And now maybe they can stock up on some more picks. All right. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, go-to spot for Chargers content. We want it to be here. See ya.